Welcome to BC Spirits, episode number 11. I'm your host, Sean Sewell, obviously. This week, I'm really excited. We're tasting through a couple of lemon and orange liqueurs, which I really enjoy tasting through some interesting modifiers that we have in BC. I always said that BC didn't have too many liqueurs until I started tasting them. Today, I've only got 6, which should be a nice, quick tasting for me. I shouldn't slice my palate up too badly, unlike some of the other episodes I've done. Let's kick it straight off. We're going to kick off with Gillespie's Limoncello. Nice clear colour. Gillespie's is in Squamish, so up north from Vancouver. They say that there is... I think they said that there was like 3 or 4 lemons per bottle. Oh, straight on the nose. Just lemon on lemon. Almost sweet lemon candies, which I'm not sure if you don't really get anymore. Like sort of what your grandma would have had in a side dish. %28 alcohol comes through really strong. In a good way though. It's almost like lemon liquor. You don't get too much cloying sweetness there. It is very fragrant lemon blossoms. I had lemon trees when I was growing up as a kid, so lemon blossoms, lemon leaf is something that I'm really in tune with. Fresh, no residual sweetness. It just finishes like long and clean. Very different style of lemon. Yeah, those sweet lemon candies just come through beautifully on the palate. That's a good start. I am happy with that start. Because I never pre-taste these before episodes, there is always the issue with me tasting something that I've never tasted before that is unpleasant. I'm yet to have it. I'm yet to have something like that exist for me, or happen to me. But I'm sure it will happen eventually, and you will probably see it on my face when it happens. Hopefully it won't be a BC Spirit. Next up, the guys from Woods. Their limoncello. Gangster limoncello. Look at the colour. Insane. The cool thing with the guys at Woods, they use vacuum distillation. With what vacuum distillation does is similar to it's exactly what a Rotovap does. What it does is sucks all the all the air out of the vessel that it's getting distilled in, which drops the temperature in which alcohol boils. Now, why is this so special? What it does is keeps a lot more flavors without cooking them, because, as I said, distillation is such an aggressive, beat-up flavor profile of a process that it's very hard to keep those beautiful, fragrant flavors through, which we saw with fruit and grape brandy episodes. But this way, it drops the temperature down, which means that it boils at a much lower temperature because it's in a vacuum, and holds a lot more of the flavor and the range of flavors that come from it. This one also has a pepper distillate in it as well, so it's going to be very, very different compared to the Gillespie's. On the nose, if you didn't know there was pepper in it, you probably wouldn't guess pepper, but it's definitely got that sort of black pepper, but with lemon in the background. It's like a really epic, like lemon vinaigrette. Slightly higher in alcohol content at 30. But this is a different style of lemon. This is very mouth-forward, soft, lemon flesh and lemon peel, but not the pith. You get the pepper in the background, but it is very similar to the Gillespie's, but very different in the same sense. No cloying sweetness, which I really, really enjoy. It's the one killer when you do a lot of liqueurs all at once, which I'm sure you've seen in a few episodes. The residual sugar can really just take a toll on your palate. Finishes fresh, finishes with nice peppers, and it's sort of long and peppery finish. So next up, we got something fun. If you've listened to the podcast with James Lester from Sons of Vancouver, you'd know that we talked about this. This is one of their April Fool's products that have now become a standalone SKU. The blue curacao. So they made a craft curacao and then added blue to it. And you always need blue. Of course, the most famous blue drink, I'm going to have to say, the most famous blue drink, Jacob Breyer's Corpse Reviver Number Blue. So equal parts gin, dry vermouth, blue curacao, lemon, dash of absinthe, Corpse Reviver Number Blue instead of a Corpse Reviver Number 2. So this is their blue curacao. Oh, straight on the nose. Dried orange peel. Now, have you ever heard me talk about flavor profiling? When you say orange, you've got to think about what sort of orange. Pith, skin, flesh, dried. Yeah, there's a whole schwackload. Dehydrated, slices of peel, dried curacao peel. Then you go into different styles of oranges. Mandarin orange, so on and so forth. This is like sweet mandarin orange. Oh. It's a 40% blue curacao. It's just one not to be trifled with. Oh. The beautiful thing is the heat of the alcohol content really works well with the really rich orange peel. And then it's got some botanicals in the background, which I'm not identifying too crazy, but there's some definite botanical background on top of that dried orange peel. Like I imagine dried peel from like a herb shop, and you can crush in your hand and smell. That's what I feel when I sort of get this flavor profile. It was a good one, and the blue tastes good. You can't go wrong with the blue. Blue always good. Next up, we have the Legend Distilling Mantel. Now, I know we've done this one before, but I highly doubt that everybody that's watching now has watched my first episode. So this is for the new people out there. This is the Mantel. So this is orange peel and sumac. Now, the guys at Legends do some crazy stuff with foraged ingredients. Last week with the flavored gins, the Harvest Moon and the Silver Moon, all locally foraged ingredients. This one is sumac. So sumac is a little tiny little black seed. When you roll it up and smell it in your hand, it smells like, I don't want to say balsamic orange, but like a vinegary orange. Super hard to get flavor from. I've tried, trust me, I've played with sumac a lot. The flavor that you get through in this is just insane. I have no idea how they did it. But much more like fresh orange, like cut up orange, like at a baseball game, orange slices that you put in your mouth. And then the sumac comes through with this like little ping of acidity. That the acidity just comes from the sumac. Oh. Fresh ripe fruit, like orange leaf, like similar to the Gillespies. The orange blossom, the orange leaf, like this beautiful, like almost like a orange juice commercial, like walking through the orchard. That's the sort of orange you get from this. It's just all encompassing from different flavor profiles, the blossoms, the floral tones of the blossoms, the earthiness of the leaves, all the way through with that sumac backing it up. Awesome. So we're going to do another one we've done before. When I originally did the liqueurs episode, I never really had a rhyme or reason why I did it. So I just sort of put it together, and but I'm going over it again. So now we have the Barrels of Sunshine from Shelter Point. Now this one's a little bit different. This one's a little bit different compared to the other two. This one is sort of, it's chasing a, I don't want to say Drambuie-esque, but it's got maple and chai and orange peel. And so it's much deeper, autumn flavors, that sort of thing. Like, and I think it's an amazing. So they use a whiskey base, similar to like your Drambuie's, your whiskey base liqueurs, your Glavers, that sort of thing. I think it's a genius thing to do for a single malt distillery to do a sweet Scotch based modifier, because rusty nails, man, rusty nails for days. Oh, the chai, the dryness of the chai on the nose straight away. Maple sweetener. Yeah, this is like shoulder season, summer to autumn sort of flavor profiles. Chai, maple, the orange is there, but it's like this sort of backbone that's sort of holding up everything else as a sort of like a backup. And this in a rusty nail, it will just be epic. Like, get a bottle of Shelter Point single malt, get a bottle of this, ounce and a half of each, 3 ounce cocktail, over the rocks, stir, orange twist, rusty nail done. And a Vancouver Island rusty nail. Okay. This is a brand new one I haven't tasted before. I think I may have tasted a BC Distilled, but I think it was towards the end of the tasting. It is the Central City Peeled Orange Liqueur. I haven't seen this around too much. It is another whiskey-based orange liqueur. The color and viscosity is just crazy, man. This one you get definitely getting much more of a pithy orange rind sort of forward flavor profile. So it's whiskey based, 3-year-old whiskey, which is crazy to think that you're infusing it with oranges. This is like straight up cooked orange, peel, flesh, the whole shebang. I can't really reminiscent it to something that you'd know, but like roasted orange seems really weird as a flavor profile because not many people have tasted roasted orange. But this is deep. This is like a deep Curacao style. Doesn't have the necessary dryness and bitterness that Curacao has, but it's definitely orange on orange on orange. The whiskey backup. Whiskey is just like right there, like straight up. It just goes for, it tastes and goes for days and goes for days. I would do something like a whiskey cocktail with this, some lemon, shake and strain, and you'd be good to go. Second taste, the whiskey and the orange are really playing really nicely. They're dancing beautifully. But it's a very straightforward orange flavor, but with a whiskey back. Orange juice and whiskey back. That's pretty much how it really, like, this beautiful roasted, cooked orange is just awesome. So, some lemon and orange for you. There's tons of cocktails out there, classic or otherwise, that call for limoncello, orange juice, orange liqueur, Curacao, that sort of thing. Give these a try. Like, support your local distillery. Really get behind them. Limoncello especially. To be honest, I have changed my house limoncello at Pags to the Woods. As an Italian restaurant, that's a big, bold move. Blue Curacao from Sons of Vancouver. Of course, right on blue, you got the recipe. Manitow. I'm thinking gin. Something light and floral. Gin, lemon, Manitow, some bitters in there. Definitely in the sunshine. Hit up a rusty nail. Gillespie's. French 75, baby. Do a long French 75 style. Gin, the limoncello topped with bubbles all the way. Bourbon for the peeled. For the peeled from Central City. Bourbon, this, lime juice, shake and strain it, get it done. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. I really, really am grateful for everything. Thank you for the stories that have been supporting me. With BC Spirits, it's a massive passion project. And I really appreciate any support, any help that any of you give me, plugging me on social media, the whole shebang. I really want to make BC Spirits something special in the next 6 to 12 months. I'm going to make it something special. There's no doubt about that. Thank you for making wonderful spirits. Thank you for making wonderful liqueurs. Without you guys, I wouldn't be anything. So have a good week. Enjoy this episode. I'll see you next week. Bye.